What up, though? I'm JR.
And I'm Dante.
And here goes nothing.
Here goes nothing. Here goes nothing.
Hey, bro, what do you think the impact of active father is on children and family in general, bro?
I mean, I think it's real important, as far as like having a father in the home or just having a present father, just period. Like, you don't have to necessarily be in the home, even though, that's ideal. It's not ideal for him not to be in the home, but, I understand that stuff happens, and sometimes, people go their separate ways, and, you always can't have a two-parent household, even though it's ideal to do so. So,
yeah. I mean, honestly, as long as you're a present figure in the kid's life,
right.
The zip code shouldn't matter. Where you stay shouldn't matter as long as they can count on you. You know what I'm saying? You're there when you need them. I mean, when they need you.
Right.
Hey, players fuck up from time to time.
Get it together.
But what I'm trying to say basically is when you have a situation where there's an active father, the kid has more opportunities to grow up to be themselves, I feel like.
Right. I feel like it's less, not even less, but it's like, it helps a kid not have trauma issues growing up when they have both parents available to raise them, Yeah,
what you mean?
I feel like having because, like a kid experiences a lot of trauma when there's an absent parent, whether it be the mother or to be the father. I mean, we're talking about fatherhood now, but, just growing up without that presence of one of the parents being there causes that
balance type thing.
Exactly.
Okay, I see.
So it's a type of trauma that a kid grows up with that they have to later identify and learn how to deal with it as an adult. Because it can play a part.
It's like you're missing something in a way.
You know what I'm saying?
I get where you're going with that one.
But as far as a father, like I just feel like especially in the black community, because we black, so we got to talk about black community. I can't talk about no other race because
you got to talk
I'm
what
not
you know,
another
right?
race. Yeah, but it's big in our culture, like as far as breaking those generational curses, like not having a father present in the home or having a father just present. Period. Like what I'm saying. So it's a real big thing to have, the fathers around.
Man, look, father was like the great white buffalo when I was young. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, you had a father in my little neighborhood I was in, man. It was like seeing something rare, like Bigfoot, Joe. It was like, man, you got a dad. Wow.
See, and it shouldn't
be like that.
It shouldn't be that way whatsoever. Like, that's even crazy to even like say that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
for real.
But it's a reality for a lot of people like that.
For sure.
That's the only dad you see is like on TV. You see like Bill Cosby, right? I ain't talking about Bill Cosby that everybody think they know. I'm talking about like the Cosby Show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What was another one like?
Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince.
Uncle Phil. Those were your role models if you didn't have a father. If you were paying attention.
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, man, I just feel like, having that father around to, teach you things that only a man can teach you. Because only a woman can only teach you so much when a woman is trying to teach a boy to become a man. You know what I'm saying? They need a father around to teach a boy how to become a man. And even with like, young girls, like, they always had that type of thing, where it's daddy's girl and stuff like that. So, the man or the father is around to teach the daughter, what
a man's supposed to treat her like.
Exactly. As she gets older. So she knows what to look for in a man.
I'm glad you said that because a lot of people don't touch on that. Like,
right.
A lot of time when they say daddy issues and all, it'd be like, it don't be how the dad didn't treated the daughter. It's more or less like if dad wasn't present, if he wasn't around, that becomes something that she's missing, and she doesn't understand how she's supposed to be treated by a man without having that example.
Right.
And it's not something that people take heed to when it comes to raising their children. You think, yeah, that's my little girl. But if you're not giving her examples of how she should be treated, she's still going to wander off into the wrong man's arms a lot of times.
Right.
It's crazy how that works, bro.
Exactly. That's why I feel like it's important to have that father around for whether it's a son or a daughter, because they both take from the man so many things that help and guide them as they become, like
work
adults.
Ethic. You as little dude, see you get up and go to work every day, like your little man. and he watch you like deal with life's problems, and he's paying attention to these things because he wants to emulate. You know what I'm saying? Because a little boy is his first person he wants to be like should be his father. You know, he shouldn't want to reach out to Joe Smo on the corner or whoever to find some kind of guidance. It got to come from within. So he sees you wanting to grow and be better. He's gonna want to be better. It's an example. Like a lot of cats don't. They think I can call my son every now and again and and he'll grow up to be a man. He'll grow up to be a man,
right?
Like age wise, but mentally and emotionally,
right?
Stun it, bro.
And that's the thing too. Like people think just because you're a certain age and all of that, once you grown, you become a man. It's like, nah, that's just an age thing. You can be a man age wise and be a boy
in the mind and in the heart. Yeah, bro, you're right.
So
no accountability, no responsibility and that's what comes with being a father. Those things are on the list of fatherhood. Accountability, responsibility, being there for a person, sacrificing who you are to make their life better.
Integrity, all of that.
There it goes. Exactly. That comes with being a father, and that's lost on a lot of people now, man.
And it's like I can speak on that because, we both can because we both fathers.
Yeah.
And fatherhood is something I've always taken like serious. Everybody that knows me knows that like I don't play when it comes down to being a father to my kids. I just don't. Like it's just always something that's always just been like if I don't do nothing else good in my life, like, what I'm saying, I know that I did my job being a father. Like, if I was to leave today, like, what I'm saying?
Respect.
I know that I did what I was supposed to do as far as being the best father that I knew I could be. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And it's just like...
being a father changed my life. Like, it gave me a reason to do something outside of what I was doing, man. It was a purpose. When I looked at little dude for the first time, it was like, man, I can't do him the way I was done. And I know it sounds cliche, but it's different when you actually look into some eyes that look just like you, and you were responsible for this now. Well, if you choose to be,
Right.
And that changed how I looked at the world, how I hustled, how I went about my day to day. It was more, it gave me a purpose, and I think that's what it's intended to do, bro. I honestly think parenthood in general, but fatherhood especially, because once you get to a certain age, like, you don't have nothing but wisdom to give. Who you gonna give it to? Who you gonna give it to if you don't have your child or your son or your daughter even to pass on knowledge? You know what I'm saying? Because you're getting old. We all breaking down.
Right.
So you got to pass it on. But if you don't have that connection to your kids, you got the last name that ain't theirs, and I mean they got your last name or whatever. They don't. It's the same thing if you're not there. That you don't have that connection.
No, that stuff is mad important, man. Like, you always got to teach your kids, like, the stuff that you didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the stuff that you found out that you didn't know then, but you know now. You instill that in them.
Yeah.
So now that they know and they have a better path.
You give them a leg up.
Exactly.
Bro.
It's like you're supposed to make your kids better than anything that you've ever been. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that should be your wish as a father, like, to want your kids to be better than you.
You got
better versions of you, just period.
You gotta want that. You gotta want that as a parent, because they are the only thing that really matters. Especially when it get in the paper, it goes away up and down. The love from everybody else in your life, it'll change. You know what I'm saying? But that bond that you get between your child, I don't understand why anybody could not want that.
Yeah, but we know that there's a lot of that exists. It's kind of like this is one thing I want to say too. Like, okay, for men that are fathers, like, anybody can be a father. Like, you can make a kid, and by blood you're a father, but being a dad, father, like, actually taking care of your kids is a whole different thing. Like, people just, like on Father's Day, you tell people Happy Father's Day and all that kind of stuff. It's just like, Father's Day is every day for one, but what I'm saying is though, like, some people feel like they deserve that recognition just because they made kids. But it's like, if you wasn't an active father, if you didn't take care of your responsibility and take care of your kids, you're not really you a father by blood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you're not really a father. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't take care of your kids, so it's like
biologically you're a father.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, but relationship wise,
man.
You know, being an actual parent, like if you don't do that type of stuff,
you dropping off shoes every other week. You know, you drop them off some jumpers and pick them up.
Some cats don't even do that.
Man, look.
You know what I'm saying? They don't even see their kids whatsoever, like at all. And you just be
that's
like,
sad.
what?
I shouldn't be laughing, bro. But you know, shoes wear out. Memories don't wear out, bro. Like if you creating memories with your kid, man, they gonna remember that more than them Jordans. You know what I'm saying? They gonna remember that more than the phone calls, or like you said, if they get the phone calls or the Jordans.
Right.
You know?
It's like I can't.
We should start shaming cats who do that more.
Serious,
we don't shame
man,
cats enough for that, man, in our community.
I won't even kick it around people like if I know you a deadbeat, bro. Like
you can't respect you, bro.
Because then it seems like I'm condoning it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I know you a dude that don't take care of your kids, like I won't even hang around you for real.
What
like,
I
I'm
talk
just
to you
not
about.
gonna do it.
What can you tell me that's important if
Exactly.
you don't think your kids are
respect
important?
it.
Exactly.
I don't respect it. That's clown stuff to me. And it's just like I don't understand that, bro. I don't understand that at all.
I figure if we start like tarring, feathering cats like they used to do back in the day, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like maybe not to that extreme, but what I'm trying to say is what we don't do enough is call cats out on the lack of not even accountability, lack of being there for your child. The excuses we let cats get away with, I ain't got no money. I can't do this. She won't let me see him. You know, all these other things, man. There's court systems for she won't let me see him.
Right.
And money don't really matter with your kids.
It's
man.
about how hard you fight for your kids. Like
That's
even if you
bro.
going through stuff with your child's mother and stuff like that, you gotta fight to the end, man.
Bro.
Like you can't give up. Like I know people who say stuff like that to where, man, she won't let me see him and blah 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 blah.
You ain't trying
and they
hard
just be
enough,
feeling
bro.
like they want to just give up and sign their rights over, and I just be like, bro, you can't do no stuff like that. Like
he gonna look or she gonna look at you one day and be like, why don't you fight for me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like why didn't you try harder? And you got to live with the fact that you gave up on them.
And I'm not saying like there aren't people out there that exist like mother-wise that, you know, make it hard
some demons out there for sure. I'm not never gonna take that away.
That at all, but I'm just saying
if you lose on your feet fighting for yours, that's respectable.
Right.
But if you just say, it's too hard.
Yeah, and just give up, I'd be like, nah, I can't respect
do that.
Look
just like
because I would never do that.
Your daughter look just like you.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
and another thing too, like, I feel like there's a thing to where us as men, as fathers, that are fathers, like, you got to stop allowing your feelings that you have towards the mother to dictate.
They don't want to hear
how
that.
you gonna be a father towards your kids too, because your feelings and how you feel towards your mate, the person that you made the kids with, don't got nothing to do with your relationship with your kids. Like it just don't.
Man, look, bro.
And a lot of people will let that come in between their relationship with their kids, their feelings and their, you know what I'm saying? They whatever they got going on with the mother, and it's like shit don't matter.
I've seen it happen so many times, man. And it works both ways. Like either you
for sure.
If you don't like her, you don't mess with the kids. And if you like her and she don't like you no more, you don't mess with the kids.
Yeah, and that don't got nothing to do with it.
The kids sitting there in between both y'all BS, like what do I get out of this?
Right. And what do I got to do like with this?
Here.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah, bro.
For the fathers who worry about that kind of stuff, man, look, your relationship with your baby mom, the mother of your kids, like, it should be, you know, good enough to where y'all can co-parent for the kids. If it's not, so be it. But that don't mean that just because you don't mess with her no more, or because you don't like this woman no more, that you just F them kids too. Man. Then I ain't gonna do nothing. Like that's not it, man. You gotta still take care of your kids and still be in their life, regardless of what your relationship is with the mother.
Find some time, bro. Get some. There's no way on. Even if you gotta work it out to the point where you getting 2 hours a week, 3, and work your way up with her in her life, but find the time so they can see you in their life, so they can see that they have a person who wants to at least be around, right?
Right.
Because they don't see your silent battles that you're having with your baby mama, or you know what I'm saying. And all. They don't see them silent battles that you're having with her, and you're sitting around like what she won't let you do. They don't know nothing about that.
Right.
They have no idea that you're sitting around having these conversations. What they know is they don't see you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they know,
and that's
bro.
what you got to answer for as they get older, is why you weren't there.
Like, love ain't measured in like paper, bro. It ain't measured in money. It's measured in minutes. Think about it, bro. How many times somebody did something for you about and gave you money or whatever that you remember as a child? I don't really remember none of those moments, but I remember all the time somebody did something for me, right? Or emotional connections to things. That's what you got to build with the kids that you love as fathers. You have to. Otherwise, you just out here making babies, bro.
Right. And I can speak on that as a father who's had, like, I ain't had like the most wonderful relationships with both of my kids' moms, like, you know what I'm saying, at all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
But I never let that stop me from being a father to my kids, no matter what my relationship was with either one of them. Like,
exactly,
it never stopped me from doing what I needed to do.
And it shouldn't as a man. You can't call yourself a man if you sat around and let that happen, bro.
Exactly.
I respect that.
So that's why I know I can speak on that, because, somebody might look at this and be like, well, how you know? Like, if you never dealt with that. No, because I have dealt with that. And I didn't let that stuff detour me from doing what I needed to do as a father. Like, so I don't be wanting to hear that.
I'm trying to tell you, my son 23, right? You know what I'm saying? And my outlook on his life was I was willing to give mine for his. So whatever I had to do to make sure he had a different way, I had to do that, right?
Right.
So when it came down to my relationship with him, it was more or less motivation to make sure he did better. He was the one that gave me something. I didn't have to give him anything. He gave me everything in order to give it to him, right?
Right.
He gave me the energy and the motivation and strength to give him a life, right? Why is it that when we sit around and we look at fatherhood from the perspective of being single dads like yourself, right? Why is it a lot of cats don't think it's possible? Because you can speak on, like, being like a single father, right? A lot of you the only dude I know, bro, that is ever like, you know what? I'll do it on my own if I got to. And it happened and it worked. Speak on that, bro. Speak to that, man. Like, was that hard to do?
Yeah, it's not easy to do whatsoever, but it's just like, how dedicated are you? You know what I'm saying? How bad do you really want to, be in your kid's life and be a good example? Like, you know what I'm saying? To show them the way. And it's just like, no matter how hard it was, I wasn't going to shy away from it, no matter what. So it's just like,
Respect that.
It's a lot that you got to do, You might not be used to cooking every day and picking up after a kid every day and doing a lot of that. But it's just like, it's something that you got to do. You just got to get through it and push through, and that be that. But it's you get a lot of gratification though afterwards. Okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause it make you feel good because you're doing what you're supposed to do, and you know that you making a difference, and they seeing you make a difference. You know what I'm saying?
So it is. You're creating another person that's going to be better than you.
Exactly. Right? Exactly.
And then if you lucky enough, you blessed enough, you get to sit back and watch that person grow into another person. I mean, grow into a point where they have another person, right?
Right.
And you get to see your work. That's what it's about. Because imagine, bro, if you lived your life and you got a kid that you never saw, and now you're an old man. What do you got at this point? What is your memories? Like, are you gonna remember the car you bought? You gonna remember these outfits? You gonna remember the club? Nah, fam, you got no legacy.
Right.
You got no legacy at this point. If you're at a certain age and you didn't want to deal with your kids and you didn't want to have that aspect of being an active father, you get to a point where you think about your legacy. And you don't have that because you don't have that connection to your roots, bro. It's crazy. Like, I didn't have a father, so I can speak from the fatherless, right? I didn't have nothing that looked like a father. But one thing I did have was like an imagination. So I used to imagine what if I had a dad, what he would be like. I'm gonna be 1,000 with you.
Right.
So when I had my son, I just became what I imagined I thought my dad would have been. Right. So I became like, I didn't have no examples besides the TV dads like we talked about. But what I did have was what I missed as a child. I had that as like, man, I wish I had this. When I was hooping, I would look out and see nobody, right? I wish I knew somebody who can teach me how to hoop or teach me how to throw a ball. Like, all the little cliche joints, all that stuff really real. So when I sat back and had my son, I had to learn these things on my own in order to teach him. It gave me a reason to learn even. Right. It gave me a reason to be better because I can't sit here and tell him nothing if I don't know nothing.
Right.
A lot of cats get stuck in their ways and in that circle of living, doing nothing because you have nothing to pull you out of it. Nothing to motivate you to be different. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. But
the thing is though too, like, sometimes people will say like, I didn't have no dad growing up and I didn't know what to do, and that may be true, but it's kind of like
It's no excuse.
it also teaches you something though too, because it also teaches you what not to do.
Yep.
Like everything that you saw that you didn't like,
100.
not to repeat that. So if you have a kid, the same stuff that you felt and the same stuff that you went through, not to repeat that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know how that feels. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The ones that didn't have fathers, they know how that feels to not have that person
It's
present.
one of the worst. I can speak on it now that I'm 40 something. I would speak on it that it matters. Even to this day, it's sometimes I sit back and wonder what he looked like or what kind of dude he was. You know what I'm saying? Let alone the scientific genetic part. Like I wonder like if he had like fucking sickle cell anemia or anything or these traits.
Well,
like when
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
have that. Like,
Exactly.
I didn't know him to that point. I don't even know what brother looked like. I could walk past him 7 times. I wouldn't have knew. But you get to that like, I just wish I had a person who had more character than he did to want to fight to be in my life.
Right.
You know, and that's what it all is. It's character, bro. Fatherhood is just character, morals, bro. It's being able to be, even if you don't have it in you, find it in you to be greater. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find it if you want to be something to somebody, right? Even if it's not something that's in you. Cats be like, I don't know nothing, so I can't teach nothing, but won't go find the knowledge to even get better.
Right.
And it's sad, bro, especially in our community. I know so many baby mama, baby daddy combination, but get mad if you mess with their baby mama though. Like, you know,
That's a whole nother story.
I'm just saying, I'm like, you won't see your
it's a
kid,
whole
man, but
nother
you
story.
mad that, man, you my baby mama. Come
Man,
on,
that's
bro.
a whole nother story. We ain't gonna even get into
I
that.
already know, man. I just had to tap on it a little bit. You know, sometimes you gotta tap on it a little bit just to make your point. But my whole point of saying that was that sometimes kids and parents, they belong together. They belong together because they need each other to like motivate each other. It's like the balance of parenthood. And fathers lose out on that, especially black fathers. They lose out on gaining the balance that comes with loving and being there for your child. You know, embracing fatherhood is a bonus to your life. It's not a hindrance. It's not something that gets in your way. It's something that makes you a better man.
Right. And it shouldn't even be looked at it as a hindrance or nothing like that. Even if you didn't want the kid, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people look at it as, well, I didn't want a kid in the first place. Like, it's like, well, you know, if you did things, you know, to possibly produce a
You
kid.
did the tango, bro.
Yeah, you know, it kind of comes along with it. So it's like, if it happened, it happened.
Man, you didn't
might
try not to.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Whether or not you want that person as your baby mom or not, I mean, if they ultimately become that, then it's just like, hey, man, you just got to do what you got to do.
You made that choice too.
For real, for real.
Hey, man, everybody you lay down with could be a potential.
Exactly. And that's the point that I'm making, because it's just like, all right, well, you know, you kind of participated in it.
Watch who you lay down with.
Yeah.
You don't. What my mom used to say. She say, "You lay down with dogs, you get fleas."
You come up with fleas.
Man,
That's the old saying.
Man, it's
for
the
sure.
realest thing. So if you chilling with the mutts, hey, you know,
it's like, you know what happens every time you take that chance. Like, you know, there's a possibility, whether you want it or not. It's a possibility. You know what I'm saying?
Time,
so it's just
man.
like, you know, you just gotta man up and just do what you gotta do. Whether or not you like that person or you want to be with that person or not, that is no longer a problem no more. Like, your problem now is the kid, so it's like, you gotta man up and be a father now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They think it come together.
Forget
though.
her.
Yeah, but they think it come together,
No,
bro.
man.
It's like,
and that's what people gotta separate. That's what I be saying, man. You gotta separate
bro.
the person that you made the kid with and your kid. Like, regardless what y'all relationship is, it should always be about the kid. If y'all not gonna be together, or if y'all not gonna be a thing, okay.
Exactly.
Cool. Go y'all separate way, but take care of the kid. The kid don't got nothing to do with y'all's relationship.
You walk
like, you know
away
what I'm
from
saying?
your kid. Hey, could you? It's like walking away from something that looks just like you, bro. With your blood is almost like sacrilegious. It's like, why would it be something that people be okay with doing? I look at my son all the time, and I be like, man, I'm glad I got to watch you grow. You know what I'm saying? He was a big tooth little dude, big ass eyeballs. You know what I'm saying? He was goofy leg like Bambi. And I was like, now he walk around, you know, I see him, he got little muscles, and he really living his life. He got his girlfriend, and it's like, he finna go to Italy next month, bro. And it's like, my child finna go to Italy. I was just on the block 30 years ago. I was just living in the slums 35 years ago. You know what I'm saying? My life has changed so much being a father that my blood is on the way overseas to float on gondolas and have fun with his girl. And it's like, that came from giving him more than what I had. And that came from me being a father, though.
Right.
You know, I wouldn't have saw that. I wouldn't have been able to sit here and be proud. Like, my chest is out, bro. I'm proud of who he is.
Right.
I mean, I'm proud of how far I've come, but that has a limitation. I'm proud of what he can do. You know what I'm saying? What imagine you got 3 boys, right? Imagine what they can be, bro, because of what you did.
Right.
That's it's amazing when you think about it from that angle. These people can be great because you chose to be a good father. That's crazy work, bro.
Yeah.
I promise you, crazy work.
I just want, man, just people to know, man, just step up to the plate, man. These kids need y'all as fathers. Kids need us like more than you would ever know. Like it's good to break these generational curses and actually step in and actually be a father and take the time to allow them to be kids and show them the way all the way up until adulthood. And even when they become adults, like, you know what I'm saying, you still...
Dad, don't stop.
Yeah, don't stop. Like, you know, still got to give them little gems and, you know, teach them stuff to keep them from going down the wrong ways and hitting the pitfalls and stuff like that you know exist. Like, all of that, man, it's important.
Either the ones you fell in or the ones you avoided, they should know all of that.
They should know all about it.
All of that, bro.
I mean, of course, you got to allow them to make, you know, their little mistakes too, but...
It's some fathers.
It should be minimal. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They shouldn't be the ones you did, though.
Exactly.
They gonna make
some,
but
they
shouldn't
be minimal.
Exactly, bro. Some fathers refuse to tell their kids who they are sometimes. Like, they keep this shield up, right, where even if they are present and they're around the kids or whatever, they still don't let them know who they truly are as a person. And the kid will find out later, and it twists the way they look at their father, right? I believe if you're dealing with your son or your daughter, they need to understand who you are. They don't need to know your business. I'm not saying they need to know your business, but they need to know who you are, what you stand on, and who you are as a person.
Right.
Not what you think they should, like, they can see through the fake. You know what I'm saying? They can see if you're sitting here trying to be or trying to impute something in them that's not genuinely you. They can see through that. That's why you get the runaway break off is the ones that don't want to really listen no more because it come out phony after a while. Gotta be genuine, bro. Gotta be genuine. I don't know, man. Especially once you got adult kids, like you said, you got to tell them the truth.
Exactly. Exactly.
Life is hard. It's hard, bro. You got to tell them it's hard, man. But we always got your back. I'm your father. I'm protection. I will die for you. I would lie for you. I would cry for you. I'm a father before I'm anything else, bro. And I promise you, and that's how I stand forever. I'm never going, when I leave this earth, I'm going to be a father. Somebody grandfather.